Dum Dum,
Yes?
you give me Gum Gum.
I give you Gum Gum?
You do Dum Dum, you give me Gum Gum.
Gee, okay. You know what? I have no Gum Gum, sorry. And my name isn't Dum Dum. My name's Larry.
Oh, your name Dum Dum. Oh, you in trouble, Dum Dum. You better run from Attila the Hun Hun. See you later, Dum Dum.
Hello and welcome to Time Ram. This is the podcast, the terribly well-organised podcast, where we take a Doctor Who story, we surgically remove the Doctor, and then replace him with the wrong Doctor. My name's Barry Williams, and joining me tonight, I'm a co-hosts, Mr. Paul Ferry.
Hello.
And Mr. Rupert Booth.
Gary?
And tonight we are taking the well-known First Doctor story, The Space Museum. That stone cold classic, and we're placing it in the era of the 14th Doctor, David Tennant. So, what do we think of that?
I think it's going to be.
I'm looking forward to this one. I was kind of when I was watching it, I was thinking, "Oh yes, there's lots." I was having lots of ideas and thinking there's things I could change, which for the past few we've done, we kind of haven't been. It's kind of thinking, "Oh God, there's not a lot to change."
Yeah,
ideas. I remember them. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's an odd one for them to do then.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, I don't think it is. By the time it's going to be, there's going to be a lot more about the timey-wimey, and they are going to use that phrase in episode 1, aren't they? They are what we have episode. Yeah, they are going to call it timey-wimey at some point, and I'm going to want to punch this.
I think episode 1 would take up a lot bigger percentage of it as well. Than
it will. I'm sure it will. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot you don't need in 2 and 3. There's really a lot of corridor stuff that you don't need in 2 and 3.
Well, yeah, it's very much the format of the time, isn't it? There's the kind of the adventure serial format, which they don't really do anymore. So they're capturing, escaping, and get captured again. There's a lot of that, which Mon Who doesn't do.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you'd expect it to. But I would enjoy watching it. I enjoy it much more than I did the previous effort, which was The Hungry Earth.
Yeah, I like the Space Museum. Yeah. It is a bit underwritten. It's a bit padded. Yeah, okay, fine. And so are many stories. I just love every half.
Yeah. And Vicky really kicks ass in this.
Oh, she does.
Vicky does kick, as you so rightly, ass.
She is the boss. I mean, all the rest of them are fairly ineffectual.
Including the Doctor. Yeah. You could do this as a Doctor Light one, actually. You could have him vanishing, just after the versions of themselves vanish.
Yeah.
And just have him turning up at the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, he disappears for an episode, doesn't he? Obviously, Harper was off having a break. So, I mean, you could replace Wild Blue Yonder with it. I mean, it pretty much works in that slot, unless we want to continue our new series with the new companion Trude, of course.
I think we're going to have to because we're
going to have to because we're going to get more stories inevitably over the course of Time Ram. The 14th Doctor is going to get more stories than 3.
Yeah. I suppose it does mean they can take Mel with them, so we've got a couple of companions, which would be quite useful.
Yeah.
Not that Barbara does much in the story, but I mean, with 2 companions would be handy.
She gives a cardigan.
Yeah. I think she spends 20 minutes getting gassed at one point.
She spends 20 minutes getting gassed with Darko.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a euphemism?
No, I don't think it's a.
We got really gassed.
Gassed with Darko. Yeah, that was my abiding memory of episode 3. The first time I saw the Space Museum, it was a terrible, terrible multi-generational copy, one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
Which I still watched avidly, but it was hard to follow. And that middle bit, because the gas is all so white, the picture was breaking up terribly, and all I could see was static and white stuff. And Barbara going, Darko, 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 come on, Darko. And I'm like, what is going on? I really just no clue about that sequence until I think BSB showed it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That wasn't as entertaining and exciting as I hoped. Never mind.
Into the mystery.
Go ahead. Time round.
We open on a shot of the Space Museum. We got rows of spaceships and a building and a kind of a sort of deserty landscape.
Yeah.
And we might need to adapt this, but we start off with the TARDIS crew basically frozen in their raggedy clothes from the previous adventure.
Yeah.
I think it'll be one where they crash in like the beginning of Unquiet Dead. You know, you get the setup, and then the TARDIS lands, and they're kind of rolling around the floor, going, I'm not suggesting that. Well, there might be because it's Tennant.
Yeah.
Going, look, we've just traveled through time, and isn't it fun? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's look on the scanner, and go, it's a museum of museums. There we go.
The Doctor and Trudy are rolling around, and Mel's just tutting disapprovingly
Standing there on a completely flat floor that isn't moving at all, going, why are you doing that?
in a new matronly role.
Yeah.
This is not the
Doctor
Mel we remember.
replies, it's keep fit, now shut up. And Mel has to shut up and take that.
We get some fun stuff on film when one of the companions, Vicky in the original version, goes through to get a glass of water, then drops it on the ground, and then it kind of reforms into a hand. And what was cutting edge effects at the time.
Lovely stuff. Yeah.
It would be done. I mean, if it's in this version, it would be done pretty much exactly the same.
I don't see any reason to have it. I think we'll get out of the TARDIS
well, no, that's not right.
possible.
I don't think
We'll
rolling
just
film
use that
backwards
as
is
a
quite
ride.
as big a draw as it was then. Yeah.
No.
Uh,
But you know what I mean? If they were doing an effect like that now, they'd do it exactly the same. There'd be no need to have a CGI glass or anything. You know, you would just
I
do
could have a
the same.
CGI one anyway. It'd be really overplayed. It would go on, she'd drop it, and it would go into slow motion, and then it would shatter.
Yeah.
And she'd, cut back to her, and she'd be going, "No, bugger," and then it unshatters again, and presumably she unbuggers.
bit sad music about Gallifrey while it's happening, you know.
Yeah, sad music about Gallifrey. Murray Gold's playing as one of his.
Okay. So they've arrived at a museum.
Yeah.
Everything's sort of quite eroded and very quiet. The rock's all crumbly. I think it's an old planet. I think that's the idea.
Yeah.
There's loads and loads of dust. There's a couple of inches of dust, but they're not leaving any footprints.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your first mystery moment. I think we start with that.
Yeah.
And you'd have them demonstrate, you have them sort of pushing their heels into the ground, but nothing happening.
Yeah.
Would this be a set like the original, or would they be doing it a different way?
Well, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, you see sometimes in outside Las Vegas, there are these things where these museums where they have all the old neon signs and things, and they're just like these massive kind of walkways through the desert with these big things on either side. I think it'd be like that, but obviously spaceships.
With the
and
ships,
things,
yeah, you
it'd
can
be-
have them actually interacting with the ships walking through past them. Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
big. So really, the only real bit that film of it is them walking through a desert. But they had all these kind of
You'll probably just use a quarry.
a quarry,
Like in the Doctor's Wife and stuff like that. It's amazing
Yeah.
what you can do with a quarry if you can afford to dress it a bit more.
yeah.
So I think there'll be a quarry with some, like the foot of a spaceship, and then
Yeah.
obviously map the rest on.
I mean, they certainly wouldn't have them standing literally right next to a painted cyclorama.
No.
It's very
Yeah.
theatrical.
Yeah. Ian has one of those lines, didn't he, that we were talking about just recently? Or we were talking about Ian, where the Doctor says something about a museum, and he goes, "A museum?"
Yes, he's never heard of them
I
before.
like
Yes.
I like his hand knocking continuity on the way out of the TARDIS, though. That's a
Yes.
nice bit of selling it.
Yeah.
What's his hand knocking continuity? I don't remember that.
Well, as he leaves the console room, he sort of just knocks two fists together like that, and then cut, and he emerges from the police box doing the same thing, and it just sells
Yeah.
same space
Never
quite nicely.
noticed that.
Ah, right, yeah.
It's a subtle bit of stuff, but it's
William Russell obviously thinking about it. Yeah, yeah,
When you think about it, there was an edit there. They had to move to the police box, etc., etc.
yeah. He's just selling it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they walk through this sort of silent world. They get to the museum door. There's a sort of an edit there to disguise the fact that the door's literally 2 feet away, which is quite fun.
Yes.
Well, it was Riverside. It was Riverside, wasn't it? So it wasn't that cramped.
It's not that
Wasn't
cramped,
bad
but
at
I
all.
mean, I think it's meant to be like a half-hour walk or something like that, and it clearly,
Yeah.
cheat
Not just like
it's
across to the other end of the studio.
it's literally,
Yes.
it's literally a few
This
feet.
would probably be on location as well. You probably do a set piece on location.
Yeah.
They might actually spend longer looking at spaceships and stuff like that with the effects. They could actually.
I doubt you would, because you haven't got time to waste, really.
Mm.
If we're going to condense this down to one episode, which I think we can and should.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think we'll get past the spaceships fairly quickly. And also, even nowadays, every effect shot costs.
Mm.
So if it ain't telling the story, don't do it.
They get to the museum where some doors open and two blokes come out, two men in white.
Yeah.
I love this music. I love this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I want that music when I'm walking around. I'm in a bit of a mood. Dun, 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 dun. People move out of the way.
So yeah, they're moving very silently, these guys, and they don't spot the time travelers.
How do we think they'd look? Would they still be humanoid or would they be alien? They've got these kind of Elvis quiffs in this
They
version.
do
They have.
these bizarre
Yeah,
hairstyles that come down their foreheads, haven't they? It's really
Alien hair and makeup is interesting in this one. The Murlocs have got these sort of slightly stripy Elvis wigs,
yeah.
and the Zerons have got these really kind of far out eyebrows, man.
Make them look surprised all the time.
All the time. Oh, I'm glad. Well, woken up this morning in the same bed as normal.
I think they'd make them fairly humanoid. They might.
It's Darko. Sorry.
I mean, they're clearly not. These aren't sort of alien monsters, or
No.
this isn't the Cybermen. This is some kind of faded, fairly humanoid empire, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think what I'd choose to do is I'd probably have the Morocs as humanoid, maybe with a bit of special hair, and do the Zerons, maybe something a bit like when Ruby turned into a butterfly. Just a face makeup and a costume, so it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
That expensive would differentiate them a little bit, or a Trek thing, a 90s Trek thing, put a bumpy nose on.
Yeah.
Something to distinguish them that isn't amazed eyebrows.
Yeah.
They're also, or a lot of them seem to be South African as well, for some reason. I don't know if that's they seem to have these slightly.
It's just Lobos in South Africa.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Yeah.
Bible Salter just can't speak properly in it. Which is odd because he's fine in other things around the same time. He's fine in the Myth Makers. But he just doesn't seem to have learned his lines in this, I think.
There's some very interesting performances in this throughout, really.
Abba Salter, I love Abba Salter in this. It's really like he turned up and went, I can't be fucked with this. I'm literally just going to say the things. And he just says them. Occasionally puts a little bit of an acting flourish in, but very rarely.
Is he playing Lobos? Is that?
No, he's Lobos's guard commander.
Oh, they do. Oh, yes, that's right.
Thick all the time. He just seems to be in a bit of a daze.
I love his performance of that. I think
I love it as well, but
it's a shame he doesn't get a name. He's probably the most interesting character in it. He's so sarcastic and fed up with his life. It's brilliant.
Rob Shearman made the point on the DVD extra of saying something along the lines of, the thing is, I think this is meant to be a comedy. And these guys are at the fag end of an empire. They really aren't bothered at all. That's why they're acting bothered, because they're not. Exactly as you're saying, Baz, about it all seeming tired and worn out and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think you'd probably get that brought over a bit more clearly in this.
Yeah, they might do a bit more with it. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that, if that was the intention of the script, which you can read it as being an out-and-out comedy in that way.
Yeah.
I'm not communicated to the director.
Yeah. They are called the Morons. It's only one letter away from morons, and the way they behave, they basically are morons.
Well, you get the impression they're not the sort of cream of their society's military either, are they?
There's a B-arc.
The P-arc that they've stuck on this bloody
really
museum.
Important museum. I swear, the King of Morok will be coming to look at it every year. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Morok as a king. I think it probably does actually. The King of the
Check out his
Morlock never
museum.
comes. Lobos is sat there going, I've got my bunting ready. Just whenever you're going to turn up, guys, we're good to go. We'll put on a show. We've got some sausages on sticks.
The file of drugs left outside the TARDIS, remember?
Yes, what about them?
It's possible that they may have been anti-radiation drugs. No, impossible in this temperature. Besides, it's too warm. Yes, and if you'd had your shoes on, my boy, you could have lent her hers.
I can't improve at this very moment.
Yes, I rather fancy that's settled that little bit of solution. Oh, I think that might be just some fluorescent substance in the walls.
You'll end up with a couple of dirt scissors flying around in space, in space.
Don't underestimate my power.
Anyway, we're getting slightly ahead of ourselves.
Yes. But nothing should ever stop us from discussing Lobos sausages on sticks.
Yeah.
Space sausages on sticks. That's one of the things about space babies. Stop fucking saying space babies every 5 fucking seconds. You fucks. Over.
It was constantly going, babies, space babies.
Space baby. Yeah, we know.
We get it.
We saw it from when we saw the title of episode 1. We've got it. The babies in space.
So if they were doing that in this story, it'd be like, as we move into this museum, this space museum.
This space museum.
It's a space museum. Which actually they do kind of do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sort of works.
A space museum?
Serious. A museum in space. No, get it right. Sorry. A space museum.
Right, let's go into this museum. This space museum.
Yes.
Let us leave the space museum. It's a silly place. My sausage on sticks. So. With a bit of cheese. Pineapple.
What Lobos' wife calls it, yeah.
Space pineapple.
So they go inside this museum. The first thing they see is a Dalek, which gives them a bit of a turn.
Yeah.
But it's just on display.
Yeah.
Terry Nations let them borrow a Dalek for a week, so that's fine.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Just before it gets refurbished as well. That one was the only one. That one was sent to Shawcraft a bit late because it had to be in this story, so it didn't get its snaps put on for the chase until the last minute.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Dalek history for you.
Yay. So they see some Zerons. They see some young guys wearing black, and they don't make any noise either. They're completely silent. They're having conversations in the silence.
I had a thought about the Zerons, about how they should look. Of course, it's mentioned that they killed all the adults. And it's implied that they're children, that they're all about 25. They're
going to be children in this, aren't they? Oh, right.
Yeah, but I was thinking, it would be a bit
space babies.
It would be a bit a sort of Miri from Star Trek. They'd be like feral kids,
Nice.
And Miri's not the best example because they are all about.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have like blue gun on their face.
They're like 30, aren't they?
Yeah, but they'd be. That's what I was thinking. That they'd be like kids, not too young kids, but maybe or of differing ages as they are in Miri. I thought that's what they'd be like. Yeah,
that makes sense. I like that.
I mean, I quite like the idea that these young guys, they are maybe 17 or 18, they're about to get sent away to the slave mines of
nice.
Morocco 2 or something like this. And that's why they're so desperate.
There'd be a lot more of them in the underground, kind of in the Rebels hideout as well. That would be more like Miri. There'd be a great assortment.
There'd be all different ages. It doesn't make sense that they'd all be like the same age, does it?
Yeah. So they start to realize that they can pass through objects. No one can see them. So it becomes clear that they're in a bit of trouble.
Aye. Time trouble. In a space museum.
We do have another sort of passage of time, and then we find them still wandering around the museum. There's no signs in this museum. They get lost very quickly.
It's a bit of a shit museum, really.
There's no exit signs. There's nothing.
I think the Moroc's heart wasn't in it. Yeah, the king's not coming, is he? Forget the fucking signs. I don't want to do the signs anymore. I don't want to talk to you.
So the Tennant would be bemoaning the fact that there's no little shop, wouldn't he?
There's no little shop.
No little shop. He'd be annoyed about that. Who do we cast as the companion?
I can't
I think we
remember.
mentioned several names, and one of them was Aquafina. I can't remember.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Aquafina. That's right.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I assume she's going to be doing something funny and interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
They were doing Bants,
bounce.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
serious
And
bounce.
I'd be inclined at this point to cut straight to the turn a corner and there's the TARDIS.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which obviously isn't the TARDIS, isn't there? And then they turn around and there's them
On display. Yeah,
on
Yeah.
display.
absolutely. Yeah.
About 2 foot away, even though they didn't notice them at all when they first went in.
It's a confusing museum.
You'd design it
Yeah.
slightly differently. You'd make sure there was an obvious kind of alcove of them.
Yeah, it's not a bad effect for the time.
No, it's really good. Hartnell does some of his great sort of arm waving acting, doesn't he? When he will walk through the TARDIS.
I think Hartnell's tremendous in episode 1.
Yeah.
He's selling it. Yeah,
He's really on form.
Yeah.
Apart from the fluorescence.
Yeah.
Well, yes, there's that. Yeah,
But hey, that's fine.
yeah.
Easy for me to laugh. I don't have arteriosclerosis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously, yeah, he susses it out straight away. They've jumped a time track.
Yeah.
They're seeing themselves in the future. This is their fate.
Yeah.
And
This will be a very fast, gabbled explanation, won't it? Oh, they jumped a time track.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as soon as time catches up with them, they're in a lot of trouble. And at this exact moment, they're fucked. This exact moment, time starts to catch up with them. Time.
Time is a bastard, mind you. Sorry, fair play.
You fucker.
All right, you time.
Your seconds and your minutes.
Constantly ticking away.
Your fucking years.
Oh yeah, the footprints start to appear.
Yeah.
The cases disappear. We've
The
arrived.
footprints start to appear, and to more guards who happen to be out on wander there, kind of notice them and go, "Oh!" Except they clearly don't do anything because they're extras being paid the minimum amount, so they can't speak. They just point.
Just a bit of pointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just one episode, so this is fine. They can gabble on for hours about it. So yeah, this is where Lobos comes in. We cut to Lobos. It's brilliant.
Yeah, let's cut to Lobos.
He's the
We're
governor
gonna
of
have a more impressive office, I think.
Yes.
This is the cheap one. This is really paying for the web planet. You can tell.
I love every time we get introduced to some Morgs, they're always having a bit of a whinge. So
Yeah.
this is exactly what he's doing.
I love it that Lobos is kind of going, "You could knock on my door." That's the thing that bothers him.
Yeah.
He's basically head of a planet, and it's kind of, could you knock? Would it kill you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's playing Lobos?
Liam Neeson. No.
Excellent. I'm sure he'd do it.
Do you think?
No. I just like the idea.
It's good fun.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, yeah, he's available. Yeah. Jude Law,
See, it might be a comedian because they might play up the
Bill
fact
Bailey.
that they're all pissed off. Yeah, I was
Bill
actually thinking
Bailey.
of Bill Bailey. Yeah.
As a villain, that'd be quite interesting. Yeah.
Bill Bailey then?
Bill Bailey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
Can imagine him kind of sitting in his desk, just like
Exactly. Totally. You can see it immediately.
Head in
Can I
hands.
not go
Yeah.
home yet?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
He'll be like he was in Black Books.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Hey? What? Oh.
Yeah, Lobos. He's the governor of Zeros. He's very bored.
Yeah.
No one comes to Zeros anymore. He's got his fucking big museum here, taking up apparently the entire planet.
Yeah.
Never gets visited. No one turns up.
So it's not that big, is it? Unless it's underground. I mean, if it's just that building that was seen in the model shot, then I think the realization we see in this version will be quite substantially bigger.
I think my assumption is that it's underground because he does say at one point it's the entire planet, which is quite substantial.
Oh, that is big. That's a big.
It's a big museum. Yeah.
It's only got about 5 people.
I know.
I was supposed to dust it.
He's going to have some. They're going to play up the comedy bit, and he's going to have some speech in this, isn't he? Where he's going, "Nobody comes to this museum anymore. I've tried everything. I got puppets for the kids.
Mm-hmm. I've got a little shop.
comes.
It's never open, but I've got a little shop.
Yeah. One sausage on a stick left. You can have it if
ordered
you
some
want. It's a few
signs.
weeks old.
Yeah.
You know,
Have to get it out of a cabinet, but hey.
I love he's got his one incompetent guard as well. There's this guard that is absolutely terrible. Send it all the way through.
Yeah.
He's just useless.
That's Peter Diamond, isn't it?
Is that be a time? He's
Yeah.
It's a very funny performance. He's just
He's the one that Ian captures later.
yeah.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. He's
You
absolute
can
idiot.
just kind of tell it's not actually an actor.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
stuntman.
Yeah.
Like-
Something in his
like-
performance just says, I'm not really an
Yeah.
actor.
It's like when he plays Delos in the
Yeah.
Romans. He's not quite there.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lacking some
Especially when he's
confidence.
working with William Russell, who's obviously, more
Yeah.
than competent.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, William Russell carries him a little bit. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, Lobos he reports to Lobos and tells him that they found the TARDIS out in the dunes, the
Yeah.
dust dunes. And we also get to meet the Zeron rebels.
Mm.
So there's Tor, who's the leader, who's quite cautious.
Yep.
We've got
He's going to be a young sexy, isn't he?
young
Yeah.
and sexy, definitely. Yeah. Jeremy Bullock in the original version, isn't it? Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Pre-Boba Fett.
Funny enough, for someone like him nowadays, I'd cast Shooty Gatwa or something like that.
Don't think we'll get away with that.
I
I
don't-
love
mean,
their
obviously,
shoes in
But
the
someone similar,
original.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The shoes the rebels have, and they haven't spent any money on their shoes. They're just like wearing kind of like
They're wearing
blimsons.
like Converse.
They
and
spent
that,
your money on the
yeah.
entire story.
Yeah.
They're paying for the Zarbi and the mechanoids coming up.
I mean, basically, their costumes are just like a kind of sort of black polo neck, black jeans
Yeah.
with a very
That's it.
ordinary belt and ordinary shoes.
Yeah. Just get it off the
the only
shelf. There you go.
competition to alienness is some wacky eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aren't have been hideously expensive.
Yes.
So yeah, we've got Tor, we've got Darko, who's like his second in command.
Yeah.
And he's a bit more aggressive. He wants to attack the Morks.
Mhm.
And then we've got Sita, who doesn't get a lot to do, frankly.
No, poor Sita. Sita's a bit ineffectual, isn't
Sita's just there. I began to speculate about Sita. I've decided maybe he's the Spock. He's kind of
he?
Yeah.
the emotionless science guy. I've got no evidence to back that up at all. But I said, let's do a spin-off about Sita. Come on, let's just
Let's do that. Let's do a
Just
fan
build him
film
up.
of Sita.
yeah,
The Sita Adventures.
yeah.
Is he still alive?
The actor played it, probably not. I don't know.
Probably not, no, but someone who was that young, you never know.
He might have been, but at the same time,
Start-
Jeremy
we
Bullock
start-
and
we start off with sort of in
Peter
by a
Grace.
spire on Zeros, kind of going, let me tell you about the time when, and we go,
shall I look him up? Let's see who played Sita. I'm curious now.
is it Peter Craze?
No, that's
Darko.
Darko, I think. Yeah, he's not with us. Right, Sita was played by Peter Sanders.
Sanders.
Sanders, Peter Sanders. Whoever that was.
Yeah.
Was Sita?
Don't know. Anyway, all right, okay, that went nowhere. Great.
Research break.
Yeah,
Content.
content.
Thank you, Doctor.
I've done some interneting, and Peter Sanders died in 2019, so he's no longer with us.
Close.
So none of the three,
Pre-filmed his
series.
yeah, none of the three Zerons, the three young Zerons.
No.
Yes.
No,
Right.
I think.
No, none of the Morgs either.
So basically, we haven't got any of the guest cast. We've got
The only guest cast that we've still got is Peter Hawkins, who plays the Dalek voice. That's the only one I can identify.
Hawkins.
Peter Hawkins, yeah.
He died years ago.
Did he?
Yeah. We've got David Graham.
David Graham, that's the one. I
Oh,
still like.
is it him who
Yes.
does the voice in this? I think it's Peter Hawkins.
Yeah, it's Peter Hawkins. Yeah.
We've got
Yes.
David Graham. So we've
David Graham. Yeah, fair.
so we've
Yeah, so-
literally got Boyd O'Brien and William Russell,
That's it.
and not much of William Russell by the sound of it.
David Graham will last forever.
Oh,
It does appear to be.
I mean, he should.
Yeah.
But him and Tom vitrify them now.
Hey, David Graham, we can just eventually replace him with one of Jerry Anderson's puppets of David
Mhm.
Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Apparently, David Graham did some new voices for the Daleks in colour.
Yeah, well, he still sounds the same. I mean, he's
Yeah.
fighting fit, he played Parker again in a new version of Thunderbirds. So it was just sounded the same.
So, we're into episode 2, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Now we can
Yes.
really start cutting.
Yeah. To be fair, it's not taking us long to get to this point. I don't think there's a huge amount of plot, and even in episode
No.
one, it's all
There's a lot of
it's
atmosphere in
atmosphere.
episode 1. I think it's
Yeah.
lovely atmosphere. I actually quite
Yeah.
like Mervyn Peel's direction. I know that some of the cast criticised it, saying it was slow, but nothing wrong with slow. Nothing wrong with exploring. You know, I can watch Sapphire and Steel quite happily.
Apparently, there was a lot more humour in the script, which Mervyn Pinfield, not Mervyn Pinfield, was it Mervyn Pinfield?
He directed it, yeah.
No, it was. Well, it might have been Mervyn Pinfield cut. Apparently, yeah. So
Right. It'd be surprising if Dennis Spooner to cut it.
yeah, that doesn't sound like Dennis Spooner. Yeah, so it's
On
probably
the
Mervyn
bridge.
Pinfield. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Dennis.
Of course, with Dennis, all he has to do is go, well, that's you, isn't it, David? There's no one else that can be. Shut up.
Who wrote this
Yeah,
again?
This was
It
Glyn
was-
Jones,
Dean
Ben
Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
Also an actor.
who, of course, turns up acting in the Sontaran Experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was delighted to see June Hudson in Doctor Who at the weekend. It was great fun.
Yes.
I was like,
that's
oh, June Hudson.
I didn't recognise her at all to begin with.
right. Yeah.
Pointed out to me. I mean, June Hudson's clearly lovely, but even at the age she is, I won't want to shake her back and forth and go, the Famazi? The what? Why? Let visual effects do it with rubber. Don't use sheets of fucking disco fabric. Stupid June Hudson.
And while we're at it,
There's
the
your horse.
Nymons.
You know what? For some reason, I can get away with the Nymon more than I can get away with the Famazi. I don't. Not much more. Not
Yeah.
much more.
Yeah.
But I think it's the voice.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a great voice.
objectively, there's not much excuse for that, except lack of funds, presumably. So
Yeah.
yeah, and she put Tom in Burgundy, which didn't work.
Mm.
You know,
Tom's more used to having Burgundy in him.
Ugh.
Wit was the very wit.
Yes.
Hem.
Yes. Mm.
I say.
Mm. And for tomorrow, I shall be sober.
Jolly good. What with Tom Baker being a noted drinker and all that, I get this.
Most droll, sir. Most droll. You should put that on the time round wall of quotes.
Indeed.
I love one of my favorite quotes. It's the W.S. Gilbert of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Oh yeah.
And he had been a friend of Offenbach, who was also an operatic composer.
Mhm.
And somebody said to him at some social function, I believe you're a friend of Offenbach. Is he still composing? No, madam, he's decomposing.
Yeah. Glorious.
Just to be able to think of stuff like that
I
off
know.
the
Yeah.
bat.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm always irritated by profoundly witty people. Because you can't help but laugh, but you are sitting there going, yeah, fucking clever shit.
We're proper writers in that we go, I don't know, and walk away, and then half an hour later we're
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I should have said. Oh,
Totally. Yeah.
just break back into the party, decomposing. Oh, see that.
Yep. What? No, it's never mind.
So the TARDIS crew, they're in a bit of a state because they don't know what to do to avert their horrible future. I'm assuming probably Mel liberates a ray gun.
I think since the ray gun doesn't go anywhere, I would cut all of this going around corridors bit and have them captured fairly sharp and split up. I would jump straight to the rebels leaping out from the door and nicking the doctor.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of stuff that goes on. There's a stuff about Ian's lost a button, which you think, oh, maybe that's significant. No, I don't think that goes anywhere. It gets mentioned again.
Yeah, that's very odd.
Strange little moment. Yeah. And then they get lost, so they wander around the museum for ages because there's no signs.
It's because they've only got 5 people to run the museum. So when the guy came and he had to mount Ian in his thing, in his box, he was a bit knackered and he was a bit slapdash. He knocked a button off and he went, "Hey, no one will notice. It's not like it's an eye or anything, is it?
Yeah.
Like last time."
Yeah.
We do get a wonderful scene where the rebels, the Zerons, they capture the Doctor.
Yeah.
And then he passes out, and then it turns out he was pretending to pass out.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of overpowers Darko while Tor and Caesar go off to get some water, I think. and then he hides in the Dalek.
Yes.
I mean, we're keeping this. We're totally keeping this.
That is great.
There's no way David Tennant would have that scene in the script and have it cut. He wouldn't allow it.
No.
He'd go, no, I'm getting inside the fucking Dalek.
Yeah.
And it is a brilliant Hartnell moment.
Yeah.
Great. And he gets out of that Dalek. He's kind of loving himself. He's so clever. And then
Yeah.
he immediately gets
Yeah, I love that. It's just going, yeah, those moments that the first Doctor has are just basically strutting around having a preen. Going, yeah, I really am brilliant, aren't I? You know.
I can imagine David Tennant doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then captured by Marks.
Yeah.
But I do it brilliantly. So, yeah, meanwhile, Trude and Mel, I'm guessing, are kind of squabbling a little bit.
Yeah.
Squabbling a lot.
They do
Yeah.
squabble for ages.
For a lot of walking around corridors.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot of squabbling. Yeah.
And we can lose all the cardigan stuff. We can lose all that.
You
Yeah.
can lose that, yeah.
Don't need that.
Ian and Barbara are really kind of not happy with each other.
No, they're having a bit of a rough time. They
Yeah.
need to get back to the TARDIS and get some,
Yeah. It's not been the same
Okay,
since
yeah.
the Romans. They're kind of just a bit tense.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have much time to shag in the Web Planet. She was in the Crater of Needles all the time,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by fucking Mothmen, and Ian's a bit kind of so. Those massive Mothmen. What's going on with them then?
It must be a bit difficult in the TARDIS when there's nowhere really to hide.
Yeah.
So I mean, clearly, the Doctor and Vicky are going to know what's going on, but I mean, they're kind of no one's saying anything.
They must have bedrooms. They must have bedrooms.
Yeah,
They can close the door off.
yeah, but I mean, it's it's going to be pretty obvious to everyone else there.
True. And admittedly, in terms of documentary evidence, in both Edge of Destruction and The Chase, where we see bedrooms, they're wide open.
Yeah, they're wide open, and they
Like
got
massive
those
gaps in the wall that any fucker could point their head through and go, all right.
and they got those curvy
Jolly good.
they've got those curvy chair things that they sleep on. I mean, that's not
That would be bad they'd be bad to shag on as well. I have thought of that before. It's kind of like, that would be difficult.
do your back in, yeah.
That would hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
Talking
get
about the Web Planet, you wouldn't want to get it on in the Crater of Needles anyway, would you? That sounds
You
really
wouldn't.
painful, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't. No.
exactly.
No.
Oh, that sounds really painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I've always thought the Animus has got quite a sexy voice. Not particularly sexually exciting to look at, but a bit of pillow talk, to pluck from Earth its myriad techniques and take from man's mastery of space. Oh, baby.
You'd
I
be
would.
wandering nearer. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. You've got the isotope. Yes, I've got an isotope.
You've got an isotope. You're just pleased to see me.
No, this is my love icon. That's another story.
Yes.
We'll come back to this.
I bet they get the website 14 as well.
Yeah, probably will. Yeah. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Commercial time.
The Vervoids are probably the best dirty joke in Doctor Who.
They're hermaphroditic plants.
A lot of plants are.
So there you go. It's based on science.
No, they'll ship anything.
There are probably 11 and handle shippers out there. You just have to drill a hole where his mouth is, and you're all set.
He needs the room. I've seen it in pictures.
I'm not saying you're not a fan. I'm saying you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Doctor Who gives a drunken Doctor Who podcast for the end times.
So we'll kind of cut most of that then. That's fine. We do get a nice scene towards the end of episode 2 in the original version with the Doctor getting interrogated by Lobos.
I think we'll keep the interrogation. Yeah.
I really like this scene. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
I love his wall goes to one side and he's like, aha, it's me.
I wonder if that's a suspicious wall when they go in. It's kind of, you haven't put any pictures on that one. No, nothing goes on that one. Why is that? Just leave me.
Just don't look at it. Just,
Get away from me, wall. Yeah. Lobos' surprise wall is great. And Lobos looks really chuffed about it as well when it goes back. He's sat there kind of, like we're saying, my heart will learn. Kind of, that wall's great.
Yeah.
You've got a wee Perspex chair. We'd like to. I like his Perspex chair, though.
It's a cool chair. He's really pleased with his chair that goes around people.
That Perspex chair was later reused as the basis for the equipment with which Steeman charges the time destructor in the Dalek ship in episode 6 of Master Plan.
Yeah.
Truth.
Okay.
Cool.
See how riveted you both are.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to generate Doctor Who related content in the Doctor Who podcast.
That's very good of you.
Sorry, this space Doctor Who podcast.
I'm just wondering how he charges a time crystal with a chair. I can't quite visualize that.
I don't know. I said part of the apparatus. It's got other stuff on it.
Oh, okay.
Got a big dome from Out of the Unknown.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
But that's another story again. So, yeah.
Yeah. No,
I think the
I hope we get
chair.
Master Plan for 14 too.
This is
I
fascinating
think the
stuff.
chair in the Tenantier is going to be a lot more elaborate, isn't it? Instead of just having this little kind of waistband that comes round, it's going to have a big kind of.
It'll lock him in.
Knocks coming in and grabbing him from every angle.
Then the wall opens.
You ever been grabbed from every angle?
A few fireworks go off. Lobos comes up from the floor like number 2's chair. Yeah.
Stroking a cat. So, Doctor.
Sets up a party popper and goes away again.
She kind of gets stuck halfway. Oh.
In a minute, yeah, the guard commander and the inept one have to come in and sort of heft the chair up.
Get in it.
He's just like sort of shouting down through the hall, going, "It's only halfway up. The rest of the way up."
He's looking at me. I have to make eye contact. He's laughing.
I'm the clever one.
Brain?
I'm the clever one.
Or brawn?
I'm the clever one.
Versus brain.
You're the potato one.
I can't improve at this very moment.
I mean, let's face it, RTD's going to keep the humour in.
Yes.
Well, what he does do in the original version is he whinges about how no one visits his museum. Like all the Morlocks are constantly whinging. And then he's very smug because the chair reads minds.
Yeah.
He's very pleased with his chair. He loves his chair.
He's so happy. He's well up himself. Yeah.
Yes. So whatever the Doctor thinks appears on his little TV screen that he's got there. And then the Doctor obviously goes I was thinking about all kinds of random shit.
I think he's going to get angry. I think because he's caught out by it the first time by the mind chair, and so I think we'd see a picture of Gallifrey or the devastation of Gallifrey or the Time War or something, and Tennant's all kind of, "Oh, you don't get to go there. I get to talk about it for hours on end, but you don't get to go there." And so that's when he's going to start with the surrealism.
Yeah, I do like that Hartnell just kind of goes, "Oh, I see. It's on."
Yeah, and without saying another word, without telegraphing it, just off we go. Yeah, it's brilliant. There's a lot to like about the Space Museum.
Yeah, it's great fun.
I love the way he thinks about the where he says, "Where's you from?" and he thinks about these you get this shot of these walruses. And then the directors obviously thought it's not very clear that they're walruses. So you get this one picture of a drawing of a walrus's face. As if to go, yeah, they're walruses. Do you get
walruses.
it?
Do you get it?
This is how uber sophisticated society Time Lords work, though, because remember when the Second Doctor's trial, they show him drawings of faces.
Yes.
And you think, honestly, you can build TARDISes, you can harness black holes. That's the best you can manage. A quick pencil sketch by someone. Really? You'd think holodeck, you'd think you'd have your next Doctor parading around in front of you a bit so you could check its arse out and go, I don't know, maybe, whatever. But
are we going to get Tennant in the bathing costume? He'd probably be wearing a fucking bikini or something. Something really
posed by fandom for the last 15
inappropriate.
years. Yeah, we'll get him in a bathing costume. We'll get him in all sorts of weird shit. We'll get him riding a Dali elephant with spindly legs and things like that.
Yeah. When they says, "How do you get here?" He'll imagine him on a unicorn or something with his shirt off for the fans.
Yeah, like Vladimir Putin. Not that I'm saying Putin has a unicorn, which sounds like a song. Putin has a unicorn. Putin has a unicorn. Putin has a unicorn and a nuclear bomb.
Or two.
They don't work though. I've oiled them.
I quite like the other end of the scene as well, where Lobos kind of goes, "Oh well, you're of no further use to me," and then just sends him to be embalmed, basically.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have this scene escalating. You know, Tennant gets angry, then Lobos starts getting angry because Tennant's taking the piss out of him. It'd be much more highly charged emotionally.
Yeah.
And then Lobos is kind of like, right, take him away. You know?
I'm sending you to be harmed.
Yeah.
Harm him.
But then his wall closes.
Arm him good.
It's Bill Bailey, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Trude and Mel make it to the exit where they see the Morgs have captured the TARDIS. They kind of stood there around the TARDIS for ages.
Yeah, that's actually a plot point we need.
Yeah, it's just quite important. Yeah. This is where the commander turns up.
Yeah.
Immediately launches into whinge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And then I love it when Lobos turns up a minute later and he goes to the guy, well, yeah, why didn't you get the thing, you twat, when he really hasn't got the thing himself.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. No, don't say anything about it. Just go get it.
Yeah, do that. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up.
Off. It'd be nice to keep that scene just as a bit of Murok background.
Yeah. It just tells you a lot about them. Yeah.
I've always fancied doing a story at the height of them. I mean, if they conquered enough worlds to make an entire planet into a museum,
yeah,
what was it like? They must have been terrible. They must have been terrifying. You know?
Nowadays,
it's like the Sconon Empire, which is very similar. That's the fag end as well, and they're all knackered, they're all old and kind of going in teams and stuff, but not actually doing very much.
Well, I like this bit. There's another guard, I think, that turns up to capture the Ian and Barbara and the rest of them, and he's got the gun on them, but still gives them plenty of time to debate. Their future, what they're going to do about it.
Keep a distance, so they can't possibly win, and he just lets Ian walk towards them.
They just stand there for about 10 minutes, going, "What are we going to do then?" You know, and he's just right. Fuck this! I'm going to kick the shit out of him.
Is that what Trude does? Does she do that sort of thing?
She fucks him up, yeah.
Or does Mel do it like?
Maybe Mel's had some unit training. Mel's had unit training, so she.
Mel's had unit training.
Yeah.
So they overpower him.
Yeah,
which wouldn't be difficult. Feather in his direction. And he'd probably be a bit harder in this one.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't go that well from there. They end up having to scatter anyway. So
yeah, true.
This is the bit where Barbara goes into a storeroom and basically doesn't come out for about an episode and a half.
Yeah, Zephyr gas time.
Just goes on forever. I love the next two episodes. In fact, we cut away to Barbara for about 2 minutes occasionally, where she's getting gassed or she's just hiding or not much is happening with it, and then we cut away again. It's just and Barbara's
so there. What I suggest we do, let's give Mel the gas. The Zephyr gas is being pumped in.
We don't need that plot line. This Trude can meet the rebels.
She meets the rebels, yeah, definitely.
And Mel can do Ian's plot line.
Ian's got a plot line, has he? Ian hasn't got much of a plot line.
Ian duffs up another guy. He duffs up Peter Diamond.
I'd be inclined to say
holds him at gunpoint for ages.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to say that we can't fit that in. I'd have at this point, what happens is that Mel's captured by the Moroks because of Zephyr gas. She wakes up in the freezy room and she goes, "Oh my God, the doctor." And we get the shock of seeing the doctor being frozen at this point. And then they put Mel into it as well and they start freezing her and there's nothing she can do. She screams in one of her famous Mel ways. Then we've only got, because I mean, we're halfway through the episode now if it's 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Or even an hour, so I'd say we go straight to it. It's now all down to Trude and the rebels. Mel can put up a spirited defense. She can try and get away. She can kick the shite out of the machine maybe and have to get a new machine.
Yeah.
But the doctor's still a bit frozen.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most interesting stuff really for this end of the story is in the original version, Vicky meeting the rebels and we get to learn a little bit about them.
And Maureen O'Brien gets a chance to do something.
Maureen O'Brien just takes this story and says, right,
considering it's actress Maureen O'Brien, you want to do more of that?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Which is bloody good.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine Carol Ann Ford doing this previous season.
Yeah.
It's not going to fly, is it?
No. There's so much work that Maureen O'Brien's doing on this story just to make scenes work without embarrassing herself,
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a really clever performance, actually.
A real asset,
Yeah. She takes over the revolution, basically. She's there. They're going, we're going to kind of fight the Morocks. And she's like, no, you're not doing this right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you have a revolution.
And she
it kind of reminds me of that interview that John and Yoko did in bed, where John's talking to, I can't remember her name, the woman who's saying, "Oh well, we do protest magazines and articles and things," and John's going, "Yeah, and nothing happens. No one reads them.
Yeah,
it's useless." I think would be that kind of attitude taken here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we put a pamphlet up saying "Down with the Morlocks." Fuck off.
I kind of get this image of all the kind of teenage Zerons being kind of really turned on by Vicky, kind of being so commanding. And she's going, "Oh, I mean, we need to attack now." When they're going, "Oh, can you give it a couple of minutes?"
I think she does break a few hearts here, to be honest. Yeah, they're quite taken with her.
Well, we have to stay sat down for a little bit. We'll attack soon.
And that's the women.
Yes. Well, that's another thing about this version is it wouldn't all be.
There would be
boys.
Women,
There would be girls there.
There would be
well.
girls there. Yeah. They'd be allowed to take part in the revolution.
Yeah.
Are there any women in the guest cast? I don't think there are there?
Yeah. Good luck to them in getting their society going again. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
maybe more males just spontaneously state.
Tor's going to have to make with Darko. That's the only answer. That's all. Yeah.
Maybe they have. Maybe they're pair bonded for the new life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, they probably would be in this.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
You'd do that. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They just touch eyebrows. That's how they do it.
Mm-hmm. Touch eyebrows, and then one of them becomes great with child. And the other one goes like, "Fuck, it wasn't me," because it's entirely random.
Zeron porn must be very interesting. Yes.
Is this the Morlocks or the Zerons? Oh, it must be
the Zerons. Yeah, they've got the eyebrows. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Zeron porn would be a mirror.
Yes.
And there'd be stories in the kind of Zeron Inquirer going, "I touched eyebrows with the mirror, and now I'm great with child. How does that work?" And it's Hitler.
Oh, go blimey, that's sexy, that is.
So it's going to be Trude. So Trude takes over the revolution.
Yeah.
She takes him to the armory, which is locked by a truth machine, which just asks you a bunch of questions. What's your rank? What's your name? Have you got permission to be here? And you got to answer truthfully.
Yeah. Are you naughty?
Are you naughty?
It's terrible security, isn't it?
It's terrible.
The only thing you have to do is actually tell the truth.
All you have to do is open it up and go,
honestly,
right, I'll cut that bit. There we go.
What
is your name?
Honestly, a key would be better.
Yeah.
Yes.
A key in the lock, it would be better. And you'd think maybe some lasers. Yeah. There'll be lasers in this. There'll be lasers that slice.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit silly. I mean, I don't think they're going to do a truth machine.
Yeah.
Also, what's Trude's background again?
25. What's what?
What's Trude's background?
She's a student.
Cafeteria.
Yeah, I mean, Vicky is actually from the future and therefore might be able to hotwire a computer.
Yeah. Well, Trude's, I mean,
to do that.
She's the doctor's student, isn't she, from the university?
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah. So, all right. So, so what do they do then instead?
Yeah.
Well, if it was the other way around, it's a computer. Mel
is quite good with computers, actually. Yeah.
She knows all about modems.
Zaphragas.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Trude that's been Zaphragased. And this is it's time to shine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent. Mel.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we finally use the computer stuff.
All right. Yeah. She goes, wait a minute. I know computers.
Yeah. Since 1986, I've been waiting to do this.
Right, you got to get the password here. Okay.
Yeah.
Does everyone say go? Yeah. I tried A1, A2, A3. It locked me out. So,
yeah.
Amateurs.
What's the governor's name? Loeb, Lobos. Oh, look, it's open.
It's going to be Lobos Rocks. One.
Lobos 19.
Yeah.
Lobos is debate.
Lobos has a big weapon. That's what it's going to be. One.
She just finds out and goes, actually, the password was just board.
Anyway, they get the weapons.
Zerons do the nasty with their eyebrows.
They do the nasty.
It's quite a long password, but
yeah. So presumably they break in time to find the doctor and Trude half embalmed.
Yeah.
Half embalmed, yeah. And then
undo it.
They make Lobos reverse the process.
Yeah. I think Lobos at this point surreptitiously sends a message to Morok High Command saying, "Send a battle cruiser."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Morok High Command isn't all that far away. All they've got very fast battle cruisers, and so we get that element of okay, they're coming.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to, for a modern episode, we're going to have to ramp up the stakes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tension here. We get various things where the Zerons have kind of shot up the barracks. Everyone there is dead already. It's like
Unless I suppose, rather than
applying for
bringing
the barracks.
I suppose rather than bringing forces in from outside, maybe there are just an awful lot more Muroks in this version.
Yeah.
And they have an army, and they've got. I think there should be some kind of countdown thing. There should be something where if the Muroks can do this, then they're going to fail.
Yeah.
Like the countdown of the bomb at the end of the Daleks, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a kind of massive embalmer that'll just freeze everyone.
Yeah.
Apart from the Muroks, who are going to be in their special room.
Yeah.
You have Lobos talking to sort of high command and them going, "Oh, you failed. We're going to bring you home." And him going, "Yes, thank you. That's what I've wanted for years."
I think the High Commander should be dressed exactly like Lobos, except he's got two kind of like sphere things on his collar, like style.
Yeah.
I think all bosses should have like two balls on their collar.
Yeah.
We're missing the scene, obviously, where Darko and Sita get shot.
Yeah.
And Vicky's like, "Oh, Sita, no!"
Well, that's during the war, isn't it? That's during the battle outside.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have that happening.
We can have that happening.
We should kill someone in this.
Yeah, kill Sita. Yeah,
let's kill Sita.
Kill Sita. He don't do anything. I don't know actually why they saved Darko. He's not any more interesting than Sita.
No, Sita and Darko. Let's kill them both. Fuck them.
Yeah, kill them.
I don't care. To hell with them. We haven't even cast them.
We haven't actually. Everyone gets captured. Basically, they all get locked up together. There's a quite interesting little thread to this story where they know their future's coming to get them, and it kind of freezes them up. Ian spends ages going, "I don't know what to do." He doesn't do anything for quite a lot of it. And then there's Vicky that kind of throws it off. She says, "Well, fuck it, I might as well do something."
Got to do something, trying to do something. We'll do nothing till it happens.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice little. Again, it's very strong for her. It's a great story for her.
Yeah.
Be good to give that to Mel as well.
Yeah.
Kind of makes up for the 80s.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, here they're all locked up and they realise that every choice they've made has led them here. They're going to get embalmed.
Yeah.
But it's the doctor who says... It's the doctor who says, "Well, maybe we have changed things." And he turns out to be right. Because the revolution turns up with Tor. And this is the bit I found a bit disappointing, which is Lobos is losing control. He's planning to run away. He's about to flee. And then Tor just comes in, shoots him and the commander, and they both just die.
Yeah.
A bit disappointing, really.
What you want Tor to do is put them in the museum.
Yeah.
Embalm them, freeze them, and go, "There you are. Fuck you."
Yeah, you want some kind of ironic, interesting punishment for them. Yeah.
And then like send a Zoom call to Murok Homeworld going, "There, don't come here again."
Yeah.
Because this is what we'll do to you.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that in this version.
Yeah. Let's have
These guns, by the way, turn up again and again in Doctor Who.
Do they?
They get converted into the Draven guns almost straight away. The handguns, the one that Margot's got. I think that's turn up in Dalek Master Plan at some point, or adapted versions of them. One of them's Malfa's got one with some bits of Perspex stuck onto it. They get the value out of these guns.
Never waste a prop. Yeah.
I'm clearly on a design kick today. I'm always on a design kick.
Yes, so I mean, we can build this up a bit. Obviously, we can have a sort of a bit more of a meaty climax. We can have the bomb about to go off or whatever, and they have to do something clever at the last minute to fix it. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Climb a tower. I don't know. Yeah. Go in one of the spaceships.
They've set the reactor to blow. The whole thing is kind of, if we can't have it, no one can. It's that kind of, that's what the Morlocks are like. So they're prepared to evacuate and set their reactor to blow.
That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Just been thinking about the Morok Empire, and I was thinking, I wonder if they've got all these things that they've gathered as part of their empire that they're not that interested in, but they've got to maintain. So there's like sort of another planet, which is a sort of giant municipal swimming pool, a space municipal swimming pool,
Yeah.
which they're kind of guarding very kind of seriously.
Yeah.
We must guard this swimming pool.
Why? Shush.
It is the Biark Empire, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The rebels want to come and swim in this swimming pool. They must not.
They've got a planet where they keep all their 1980s mobile phones. It's
Yeah.
it's a planet for that.
I wonder if they're constantly getting sort of, the whole reparations thing going on. Morok Central's being bombarded, saying, "Look, you've nicked our such and such. We want it back. Come on, repatriate."
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of cancelling the Morok Empire,
Yeah.
or what's left of it.
Yeah.
The Moroks aren't popular at this time in time and space.
Yeah. We're kind of out of plot, really, hey?
Yeah,
they, they boot the Morocks off the planet, and then they start
Yeah.
dismantling the museum. They say, right, we're not living in a museum anymore.
No.
I don't know where they are living.
Hot outside it and live outside instead, in spite. It's much warmer in there, don't care. Has Paul just vanished?
Paul's just vanished, yeah.
Oh, right, that wasn't me this time. Okay.
No, he's literally gone. We might have to give him a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun story, the Space Museum.
Yeah.
And I quite like the set design. Cheap though, but I do quite like it.
Yeah.
Oh, this takes me back.
Yeah, this is familiar, isn't it? This is
Oh,
there
there you go.
There he is. There he is.
I was trying to click on that was entirely my fault. It wasn't a kind of.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing at the top of the screen where it says recording OK and leave meeting. And I went to click OK and I just missed the button and left the meeting instead.
Okay. You did drop out very suddenly when Paul's
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good thing the Morocks have got you.
Yeah.
Was it something we said?
Sorry, where were we?
Yeah, so they're dismantling the museum basically.
Yeah.
True says goodbye to Tor, and then that's it.
And the doctor says, "I've got a time space visualizer."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Daleks next week. Things get exciting.
Yeah,
It's
not Daleks next week for us. We don't know what it is next week.
Don't know what it is. Could be anything.
And we're not doing a continuous episode anyway. So
That set that the Daleks on, we were talking earlier about kind of minimalist sets. That set's a bit minimalist. It's just
wall.
like a wall with a kind of a few little bits of machinery on it.
Yeah. But excitingly enough, the Dalek has slats now. That would have made me fall off my chair at the time and go, "Oh my God, the Dalek's different."
Oh, it's got
Being me, I
slats.
probably would have gone, "Don't like it. These new Daleks are shit."
Yeah. What have they
etc.
done? Why have they ruined the Daleks? Yeah.
Yeah, they ruined the Daleks. I'm not watching Doctor Who again.
Explainment.
So, yes, is it better or worse? I think it's so different that I can't do it better or worse.
Yeah.
Hard, isn't
I
it?
mean, it'll be better in terms of plotting. It'll be better paced, yes.
It'll be a better pace. I think there's an opportunity here to kind of really delve a bit more deeply into the Morok
Yeah.
and Zeron cultures, just to find out who these people are, other than the guys in white shirts and guys in black shirts.
Yeah.
Wearing Converses, it's we don't get a lot of information about them.
I think we will lose some of the eeriness, particularly of episode 1, though.
Yeah.
There's something about that, admittedly slow pace, moving around, trying to. Well, you would if you were, in that situation and you were scared, you should take it gently.
I mean, it's a different pace of television. I think these days the audience would be a bit quicker to go, "Oh, okay, it's a time thing happening."
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to stretch it out for 25 minutes of them going,
"No,
what is it, Doctor?" People are a bit more savvy now with the sci-fi concepts.
True.
Yeah.
But then maybe they'd do a bit more visual weirdness with it. They might do,
You'd get a lot more visual weirdness, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure it would necessarily be anything added on to what we already have. It would just be done better, different gear, completely different, like you say, a completely different age television.
Yeah.
I think if
like the beginning.
I think if the original was all like episode 1, we'd all be sat here going, "Oh, well, the original is better." But it's hard to defend episodes 2 to 4.
I mean,
they're not great.
it's probably the weakest story of season 2, and normally I
Yeah.
do kind of sleep through episodes 2 to 4, but I did quite enjoy it this time around. I found there's a lot to
I've
enjoy
always
in there.
enjoyed it. Yeah, it is what it
Yeah.
is. And you take it as like it's your bog standard Doctor Who story.
I mean, I didn't really get a chance to talk about it much, but there is those scenes where Ian basically duffs up Peter Diamond, and then he's got a gun pointing at him for the next 2 episodes, and he's just doing everything he tells him to. He's like the worst guard ever.
Yeah.
He's just leading around the place, even volunteering extra help occasionally. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's very funny.
And there's that bit where
It kind of fits. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I can't remember who it is. If it's Lobos, I think Lobos goes, "Well, rush him then," and he kind of starts to go towards him, and Ian just turns and goes around, and he goes, and just backs right off again.
Yeah,
It does kind of all fit though with their entire, well, not necessarily their entire society, but people who work there just being like, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, I'm not dying for the fucking museum.
They'll obey orders up to an extent.
Yeah,
but then kind of go,
yeah.
Toilet sanitation, fine, I'll do that. Getting killed by a rebel from another planet, I'm not having it.
And the other bit that sticks with me is the bit where Ian stuffed up a bunch of them by the TARDIS, and then you get a later scene where they're looking for him. They go, I don't know where he's gone. I can't find him. He's just behind. He's behind the TARDIS,
literally behind a pillar.
literally behind it.
Which I'd swear wasn't there on the way in as well. But I wonder if he kind of fashioned it and walks around with it. No, they can't see.
You fucking idiots.
I do like that design on the wall as well. That's the pointy triangle thing on the out, which I think is meant to look 3D and does sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's inventive. It's different. It's very 60s.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get something better realized, but conceptually a bit more uninteresting.
Yeah.
Like
The visuals were there, definitely. Yeah.
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 And more money will be spent.
Quite a lot more money. Yeah.
And you're making 45 minutes, but I think both have their charms.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going
And
to
obviously they're going to finish on a song, a big song and dance number.
and they're going to finish on a song. They're going to finish on a song. Yeah, they're going to have a dance routine, the big dance number.
Yeah, the Zerons and the Morks learn to live together, and
they're all going to make
dance.
up, and then the Zerons start getting a bit friendly with their eyebrows, and the Morocks pull the guns and go, "No, fucking back off! Don't you try that. I'm not going to become great with Zeron child." I'll go and look at some numbers then.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we included? Is 15 in the mix now?
No, not yet. Well,
let's give it a week. Yeah, well.
Yeah. And we've got Colin Baker.
Colin Baker.
Oh, we haven't had him for a while.
No, we haven't. In story 80.
80?
Yeah.
Okay.
80
Quite early. Yeah.
Per week.
I think it's going to be Colin's grandfather, the Fourth Doctor, in Terror of the Zygons. Terror of the Zygons.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Not a lot to say about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Terror of the Zygons.
No, not yet. Things immediately spring to mind.
No. It's a good one, really.
It's a bit like a new series story in terms of production and how it was made. They are actually near enough in time to be made pretty much the same way. Location for studio work. You've got Quantel in the 80s, but aside from that, model shots, CSO.
It's a very different Doctor-companion relationship.
Very different Doctor and companion. I mean, that's where it's going to come.
That's the main issue, I think. Yeah.
Maybe 45-minute episodes, but
yeah.
That's an excuse to watch Terror of the Zygons again, which
that's true. I haven't seen Terror for a while, actually.
Some of them you get and you think, oh shit, I gotta watch that again. But this isn't one of them. Because be quite
I must confess, sometimes I don't watch them.
Thanks for joining us. You've been listening to Time Ram. My name's Barry Williams, and with me tonight have been Mr. Rupert Booth and Mr. Paul Ferry.
Hi.
Good night, and thank you.
I should also thank Ben Jones for providing our music. We can be found on the social medias, the website formerly known as Twitter. I'm on there as @BazTimeRam. Rupert is @Rupert Booth, and Paul is @PaulFerry8. Yes. We're also, myself and Paul are there on Tumblr. You can find us using the hashtag TimeRam. They'll probably track us down on most of these sites. We've got our own website as well. And bear with me. There's a site on Facebook. We've got our own Facebook page as well. Yeah. There's probably some other places as well.
It's not Space Facebook.
Space Facebook. It's Facebook. Space Facebook.
Space Facebook.
If you'd like to help out the podcast, maybe leave us a nice review somewhere on wherever you download your podcast from. And we also have a Patreon site if you'd like to help in a more financial manner. And you can go on there and get access to all kinds of extra content. Hopefully some more of it fairly soon. We'll be reviewing some Doctor Who episodes. So shortly.
New ones like this, not just like very old
new ones. Probably before you get to hear this,
New
frankly.
one.
Yeah, new ones. That's the plan anyway. So yeah. Anyway, great. So yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. I always wanted to. I have no idea who I would be able to do this to who wouldn't get really angry about it. But I always thought it would be a lot of fun to like just ring somebody up in the middle of the night, and when they answer the phone, so they're all, "Oh, hi, hello," to just go, "Do you know what time it is?" And then slam the phone.
Yeah.
Direction point! Direction point!
A Doctor Who podcast network.